What's up, guys? Welcome back to the My First Property podcast, and today we have a very beautiful guest, right? I think we know each other from MCO days. You reach out, right?
Yeah, yes.
Then I saw what she do. I'll let her explain, right? But it's amazing stuff, right? Introducing Miss Joey.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joey. I think if you follow us in Out of Three, you would have recognized my voice.
Wow, very confident.
Very confident because every time when I make a phone call to my customers, right, straight away they can recognize my voice. Oh, yeah, the Facebook Live host for Out of Three, is it? I say, yeah. People will usually recognize my voice. Even though wherever I go, right, people walk past me at the escalator, right, they will straight away know, are you Joey from Out of Three? I say yes, because of my voice.
Cool. That's the power of social media. And maybe kind of share about what Out of Three do.
Out of Three, we started off as a solid wood manufacturing company, but right now we branch out into furniture trading as well as property investment.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe like for those who are not familiar with wood, right, and timber, because expensive, right? Like
No, perceived as expensive.
yes.
Yeah.
So the maybe can clarify like what's the difference between hardwood and non-hardwoods.
Wow, so technical. I think if you ask me in layman terms, not going...
No, we are not
technical,
going sitting for exam.
When people talk about hardwood, right, it's actually wood that is suitable for outdoor or for flooring. Medium wood is more suitable to make as a furniture because of the nice grains and everything. Yeah, excuse me. So, usually for furniture, we usually will propose medium wood or softwood.
Oh. Only for outdoor furniture usually is hardwood.
Yeah, outdoor furniture or timber flooring, you will consider using hardwood. Otherwise, for indoor purpose, medium wood works fine. Yeah.
So but most of the furnitures that we see in the lower range one is all like
Rubber wood.
Rubber wood. So rubber wood is non-medium or non-hard, is it?
For the technical part, usually Jeffrey is the person to answer this lah. But in my opinion, right, rubber is considered as medium wood.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually they can bend the wood to make chairs and everything. So usually rubber is used for chairs.
So rubber means because it's elastic lah.
No lah, it's rubber tree.
Well,
not like
now I learned.
Yeah, but for our company, we don't deal with rubber wood. It's only local salvage trees.
That was my next question.
Yeah, our business model is a little bit different from the conventional solid wood business. So we repurpose unwanted trees and turn it into artistic furniture. Unwanted trees means trees that were removed for project development or for expansions of. So the townhouses will usually remove those trees and we have the sawmill to get those trees. Then we purchase those trees from the sawmill.
Wow, then how did you start like getting like you see got wood then wasted? Because last time like now even you drive around the street, there's a lot of wood just jump out there.
Just jump out by the roadside, right? But you cannot actually take it like that. Yeah, you have to go through the sawmill.
Sawmill?
Yeah, sawmill is like those 板厂啦. Yeah, so usually we go through the sawmill to get hold of those logs. Because like cutting down trees is a different business. Like a lot of people thought we cut down trees and make furniture from those trees. So people will usually attack us from Facebook and say, you're so cruel, you go illegal logging, that's why got blood and all these things. Then we will usually reply the comment or please Google Out of Three and see what we do because our works actually covered by various medias. A lot of media like The Star, Focus Malaysia actually cover our work. And then they have interviewed us before and we also inform them and give them like information, what is our business all about. So mainly is to repurpose those unwanted trees to make furniture. Because we started the business in like 10 years ago. During that time, you never hear people repurpose wood.
They're all fresh.
Like you will only hear sawmill making floorings. Making solid wood furniture is not that common 10 years ago. Compared to now, of course, everywhere you go, you will see solid wood, right? 10 years ago, I don't think it's very common in year 2013.
Oh, I have no idea. During that.
Because usually people buy marble top.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean everyone talk about like marble top.
Yeah, Chinese must have one round.
Round marble top, right? That's our generation, right? But that's why in year 2013 we see an opportunity in this business. But also we stumble across a chance to do this business because my partner, which is my husband, Jeffrey, he was in fish export business before we started this business. We had another business.
What kind of fish? Like
the fish is called discus. I'm not sure if you know about it.
Discus.
It's like, it looks like angel fish. It's a tropical fish. So Jeffrey was a fish trader and breeder before he started this business.
My kids go insane. So almost every other day I need to bring my kid to the fish shop. Right?
And it's when actually he started the business in Johor, in Johor Bahru. So we moved to he moved to KL to marry me lah, of course, because I was working in KL. Yeah, I will spill the beans and tell you.
Good sacrifice.
Yeah, so because I was working with oil and gas company, I'm from oil and gas company.
What's your background in?
In IT. So I actually worked for an oil and gas company for many years since I graduated from college. So I've been working in oil and gas.
Very weird from IT go to...
Because year 2000, during that time, or Y2K, people talk about study IT, 会赚钱, that kind of thing. So without a doubt, I told my dad, okay lah, let's study IT lah. It's not my passion. But I was thinking, I want to find a job fast right after I graduate. So IT it is, because I think during that time, a lot of people talk about IT and it's highly sought after position during that time. So I studied IT. Even before I graduated, I got hired by an oil and gas company. I walked in interview only, I accompanied my friend and then went to Mandarin Oriental to attend for the walk-in interview. Last time the walk-in interview is actually held at the ballroom of a hotel. We don't have Zoom meeting, all these things one. During my years, nothing one. Everything is, you have to go and attend the interview. So I was accompanying my friend. My friend wanted to join that company.
Yeah, but she didn't get.
She didn't get.
This is like all those talent scouting, I go attend the singing competition, we audition with her, then she didn't get, but I kena.
Yeah, but it's a true story lah, because at that time, right after I graduated, I didn't immediately find a job. Because, after you graduate, you still have to attend the convocation and so on, right? So I told myself, okay, let me party for a few more months first, then I will write my resume. Resume pun tak ada, during that time. Then only I go and find a job lah.
Well, then then for your husband, when he came up, right, is the business still around?
Yes, he moved his business.
Oh, wow.
From Johor to KL. So where we are now lah, actually. So he moved from Johor to KL, and then he set up an aquarium shop. I don't call it a fish shop, an aquarium shop.
Fish shop sounds like you.
Yeah, fish shop is like, yeah, exactly. So
sorry, my bad terminologies. I always tell my kid, we go fish shop.
We always refer to his shop as fish shop also. Then I was thinking, since the interview, right, I was thinking, what's the better word to explain to this.
Also, it's still around lah.
No, actually, we sold the business away.
Okay.
Actually, when we were in the aquarium business, right, so he branched out to make aquariums and then filtration system and everything.
Yep.
So during that time, he visited like a lot of fish breeder and everything, like near the kampong area, right? Then he stumbled across a sawmill milling those slab. Then he looked at it, wow, the slab is so beautiful. No, he actually bought a few pieces, and it's very bulky, right?
Yeah.
He bought it without telling me. And at the time, we were driving a very old Vira, and I didn't buy any car because I don't believe in liability during that time. So I was traveling in the Proton Vira. My dad gave the car to me. And then Jeffrey was a Singapore PR. He drives a Singapore car. So in KL, right, he usually drives my car for convenience. Otherwise, the police will stop him very soon, right? Yeah. So he put the slab
on top of the car.
In the car.
Can fit, man?
Vira, you can collapse the back, right? So he put coffee table slab. Can you imagine the car suspension? Goya, right? He came back with a wood slab behind the car. Then I asked him, what is this? The wood slab so beautiful, I bought it, at how much? And at that time, money is very tight because we were renovating our first home. Then he bought a slab. Well, I tell you, during that time, I was so mad, So I nag lah, because I don't know what is it, what you do with it, and it's so bulky, He said he just loved it. So he collect from 1 to 5, from 5 to 10, and eventually he rented a shop lot beside the aquarium shop just to store
his wood slab.
Bro. So people collect shoes. He collect wood slab. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Can you imagine my feelings? During that time, I was like, why are you renting a shop lot just to keep your wood slab and it's not making money? Will you go crazy? He's like that.
So passion driven.
He's very passionate. Like he loves something, right? He will dig into it. So as his partner, I have to support.
Yeah.
It's not like I have a choice, right? I have to support, right?
Side papers really.
Yeah. No, at that time, side paper already at that time, side paper already. So when and the shop that he rented is a very nice showroom. The aquarium shop is not nice, it's very run down.
Yeah.
But the shop next to it, but belongs to the same landlord. Actually, at first, that's supposed to be a showroom for my landlord's product. Then eventually, he actually changed his mind, but he renovated the shop lot to be a showroom already. So Jeffrey actually rented that shop lot, and the rental is more than his aquarium shop. Yeah.
For his hobby lah.
For his hobby. So I was thinking, it doesn't make
a lot
of sense, right? So people started to knock at the glass door. Hey, what is this? People actually knock at the glass door.
Then got 招牌 already, got the...
Nothing, no signboard, nothing. So people walk to the fish shop and ask, hey, do you know the owner? Then during weekend, I will be there to jaga kedai lah. I said, yes, I'm the owner. Then he said, I want to buy the wood slab. How do I go in and view? Then I said, it's not for sale. It's only for display. Then he said, oh, it's so beautiful, It's not for sale. And then never mind, and then the customer left. Then I started to think, hey, can be a business, Since you like to collect, right? You collect and sell lah. At least I can make some money out of it, right?
Yep.
At least can help to pay for the rent, right? Then Jeffrey and I discussed and I'm thinking, okay lah, let's start a wood slab business. Zero experience, zero knowledge, Sean. And we actually went and opened a company lah. Just like that.
This is when you were still working for the oil and gas company?
Yes, I still work for oil and gas company. I work from Monday to Friday. Oil and gas company work-life balance, right? So during my free time, I will help out
the fish
at the fish shop. But the only thing that I'm scared is that I don't dare to touch the fish lah. I can jaga the kedai, but don't ask me to catch the fish. So if customer ever comes in and Jeffrey or one of my workers not around, right, I will ask them, can you wait? The person who catch the fish will come back soon. I have a condition. I just don't dare to catch the fish. That's all.
That's very amazing, like the way you do it. So after, how was the first deal made?
In wood
Not a fish, the fish quite established already, but the wood.
But you see, when Jeffrey purchased the slab, right?
It was not with the
raw wood slab. You still have a lot of work. You have to polish, then you have to do coating before you can sell, right? You have to sell a finished product, right? You cannot sell a raw slab to a customer, right?
Maybe you can explain after you buy a wood slab, right? So what are the treatments that you need to do to the slab?
Yeah, so once you purchase a wood slab, first thing you have to make sure the wood slab is dry. If the wood slab is not dry, usually we'll air dry it for 2 years before we actually sell it. Yes, when the slab is freshly cut from the tree, right, it contains a lot of moisture. Tree contain moisture, because the
I don't know.
Water.
Very obvious.
Yeah, so we will have to air dry it for 2 years or at least 1 year, depending on the size of the slab.
Air dry means just put it on open air. Just
covered air, but air dry it. I mean,
that storage space must be a lot.
You store in kampung lah. You don't store in KL where the rental is expensive.
Oh, okay. True.
Yeah, you store in kampung lah. You have to work with the sawmill. Talk to the sawmill, so you rent a small place at the small sawmill just to air dry your slabs.
Then is there a way you detect the moisture level?
There is a device to detect the moisture level, but it only works for thin slab. Our slab is minimally 3 to 4 inches. So it's quite thick lah. So the device can only measure the surface moisture only.
Okay.
So it doesn't really work. So we also invested to purchase a vacuum chamber. It's a device to force the water out from the slab. So we thought, okay, you want to reduce the time for air dry, right? So we invested in a vacuum chamber.
Did it work?
7 years back. It works, but it also caused another problem. Because the purpose of the vacuum chamber is to force the moisture out of the wood slab, right? What happened next is that the wood slab will crack.
Yeah, I was just going to ask
that.
And the
crack is very big. So it makes the finishing work harder. And it doesn't guarantee that the moisture will be lesser than 20%.
Also, 20% is the level.
20% is the
acceptable
level for export.
Okay.
Yeah, but we don't focus on export. So at that time, we do have the device, but like what I said, the device can only measure the temperature at the surface, but not in the inside, not the inside. So you do not know exactly like what is the moisture content at the center.
Okay.
But there is also a size limitation of the wood slab that can go into the vacuum chamber. So it can go up to 8 footer. So any slab above 8 footer, you can air dry it still. And then we use it for 1 year, then we gave up because the machine itself is very hard to maintain. And the parts and everything is from China. So every time you have to, WeChat the engineer in China how to solve a problem, what is this error message. So we were thinking maybe just go back to the conventional method, which is air drying method.
Wow.
So there are pros and cons. It's very technical in this business. First of all, the holding power must be very strong.
I was going to say that, like, looking at, because of your social media, right? I only look at the exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the best one is when you deliver the stuff to your customer's house. Right? Well, that's the best feeling. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, first of all, the house needs to be so big to fit in an 8 footer or 6 footer.
A small slab also.
No, but I always see the big one and I get very excited. Look at the dining table. I need to scream, hey, pass me the cabbage. Still, it's so nice. But after airing, then what do you do to them?
After airing, then usually we will visit the sawmill every month. So we will determine which slab that is suitable to be delivered to our current factory for finishing works. So after airing, the slabs will be transported to our factory. Then from there, we will do sanding. Then the epoxy work will be done at our own factory. So our main strength is actually in epoxy work because few years back, I think about 6 years back, Jeffrey was wondering, we always work on big slabs. What about those smaller trees? How to make it into nice furniture? We cannot be focusing on big slabs only because the supply is very scarce, right?
Yep.
So Jeffrey actually came out with the epoxy method to actually join all the smaller slabs together and come up with a nice piece of table, which is our current hologram series. That is our premium series.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, then Jeffrey will come up like different type of hologram color. So we will not make a lot of the hologram to make sure that it's very exclusive. So it's like it's not mass produced, it's actually customized. And we only make a limited pieces of it for selected hologram color. So this is to make sure that we fully utilize all the smaller trees, purpose it, and make it a nice artistic furniture.
If they are not converted into furnitures by you all, what happens to those that all turn into sawdust?
They will just leave it to rot outdoor. That's what you see, a lot of, logs being thrown by the roadside, right? Or they will just throw it into the river. So a lot of people have misconceptions. Sometimes you feel a bit geram also, You're actually doing a good thing. You're actually repurposing trees. But a lot of people see us as,
the culprit.
The culprit who actually chop down trees. Because our social media in Facebook is quite strong. In Facebook, it's quite strong. But Instagram, we are slowly building up our followers. But we started off as Facebook.
Only.
Yeah. So we focus more a lot of Facebook audience during that time. So when we run an ads and everything, a lot of people will start,
whacking.
Whacking and then entering, like keying those comments that not so nice to hear. So a lot of time we have to defend ourselves until a point whereby I just give up trying to explain myself. I'll just send them the links. Okay, you read. Okay, you do your homework before you start to comment. But you have to tell them nicely. You cannot whack them back, right? Then, correct or not?
Yeah.
So I just start to tell them, okay, why don't you just read more about us? If anything, feel free to see me at our office. I'll be glad to talk to you in person and all these things.
And I drove past your Bangsar sales gallery twice. One time it was, I think the staff was not around.
Yes.
Then got one time I just drove past, then my kid shit his pants. So,
and also no electricity, I think, during that time, first time.
Oh, I text you that time, right?
You text me.
And
yeah,
I thought should be open one, ma.
Yeah, it's open, but no electricity.
Oh, yeah, I did not go in, so paise.
Why you think Jalan Marov will have electricity all the time, is it?
Should, man, one of the most premium address in Bangsar, right?
Yeah.
But when you guys opened that
showroom. Okay, talking about that, during MCO, we were doing quite well because we changed our style of doing business. During MCO, people cannot visit your showroom.
Yep.
That's why we changed our mode of selling from physical to online. So we digitized everything, and then we started our Facebook Live and already started to build our Facebook Live audience since 2020. So we were very lucky that we get a lot of supporters supporting us. So we were thinking, okay, MCO is lifted. And during MCO, the rental is drop, right? So we're thinking,
value for money.
Yeah. Do we want to expand to a secondary showroom? Because our current showroom, right, is at an industrial area. So we were thinking to have a showroom in a more prime area, more visible area.
Yep.
So we were looking at Bangsar area because of our product. So we were looking at more high-end area like Bangsar, Damansara Heights. So we started by looking at mall first. But the mall, shopping mall, the rental is a little bit high, and then our thing is very bulky.
Yeah.
So probably
a lot of SOP to drop in.
A lot of SOP is one thing, and then difficulty in getting staff also. And also mall, the size is very small, and our thing is very bulky.
So you can put two.
You can only put two tables. How to cover for the rental, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking, okay, if the rental in the mall is so expensive, so let's look out of the mall but within the same area.
Yeah.
That's why we found our current showroom.
The showroom is very nice though, and it's very convenient if you are just like at Talawi all the time.
Yeah. So we started opening the showroom in Bangsar last year, June. So it's officially 1 year old.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only
Congratulations.
Thank you. On June 15 to be precise. 1 more week to go lah.
I actually forgot what day is today. But how's business? Like so is it a difference between like before MCO, during MCO, after MCO? Like
during MCO, I think for furniture industry is doing quite well because everyone had to stay at home. So people naturally is more keen to invest in a nice furniture for their house because you get to use it every day. But now MCO has been lifted and a lot of people started to travel instead of staying at home. So we see a drop in business starting last year, December. But I think it's only temporary if you ask me. You just have to persevere until the furniture business go up again. Yeah, but of course the audience of the audience for our showroom in Jalan Marov and our current main branch is very different clientele, different portfolio. Yeah.
So what's the average ticket price like when you sell on Facebook Live? So what was the average price per item kind of thing?
1,000 plus.
1,000 plus. So what do they buy? Like
they will usually buy a lot of smaller items like decor, stools, smaller coffee table and side table. But one of the best seller items during our MCO days, right, is actually leather rugs. We also sell leather rugs.
Oh.
Yeah, so we import those leather rugs from overseas.
Oh, the
cowhide, reindeer, Icelandic sheepskin. So we sell different type of leather rugs. It's jelly leather.
I remember it. I was showing my wife. Hey, I see Joey got sell this, and then it's like, that's going to be the most expensive thing in your room. And I'm like, true.
No,
No, that was for me. Because MCO, I was my workspace, and I practically need a table for my laptop only. There's nothing else with you.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can sit on a very fancy cowhide, but what's the point? You look very good on camera though.
Actually, if you like luxury, right? Cowhide costs in average about 1,000 to 2,000 plus in average. It's the cheapest luxury item that you can have to spice up your area. If your furniture is very basic, everything is very basic.
You hack and put that one.
You just put one and people think, wow, suddenly it look more atas at least in photos and to your guests, right?
But okay, so this is a question, right? Because I'm spoiled because I don't furnish my own house. But I'm always very worried with the timber heavy associated with old design, very
rustic.
Very like 老水. How do you go about it? Like in your
Our style is a little bit different because the owner is not 老水 to begin with. No, we always mix wood and steel. That's why we didn't make wooden legs. You don't pair or match wood and wood. We always encourage mix a little bit of steel, wood and steel for the more modern contemporary look. So this is our style until now. So it looks modern, it looks stylish, it doesn't look too old-fashioned, and it's timeless. Because our metallic design, right, there are a few designs, so certain design, it looks very timeless, and it matched very well with the solid wood top.
Cool. Then how do you then advise people on the scale of the furniture? Like, okay, I have a house, okay, I want to come in, I want to buy that centerpiece of the space, right?
First, we will ask, you're staying in a landed or a condominium. Because if it's a condominium, then we will need to know the size of your lift. Yeah, you cannot be telling me I stay in the 35th floor, my condo is this size, and I want a 10-footer table. Right? It cannot be fitted in the lift and we cannot carry it out, right? Because it's so heavy, right? So we will first ask for the lift size and the layout of your dining area. Then from there, we will advise our customer what size that you should go for. Then from the size, we will usually ask them, you prefer lighter color wood, darker color? Can you accept cracks, cavities and everything? Because wood is not perfect. I do have customers who tell me, I want natural wood, I don't want crack, I don't want cavity, perfect top. Then I said, go for laminate. Laminate top. Solid wood top is just like humans, not perfect. We also got wrinkle and everything, right? Same goes to solid wood top. So if you like solid wood, you have to accept the imperfection of it.
And I think that's the obsession about it, right? So like I spoke to a few and like why I want to get you in today, right? Because a lot of people, Sean, you're at that level already. Your table must, is where you make money, right? You need to put in.
It's very true,
Yeah, that's why I get you in,
a lot of 老板, a lot of directors, they customize director table with us. Because director table is where you secure
all the deals.
Your deals and everything. So it has to be presentable and must fit to your status. So, okay, time to change your table.
I just got myself in trouble. but okay, their obsession is also because ages with them. So every day, right, they were like, this part, like, because they put the hand a lot and then that becomes black a little bit.
Or smoother a little bit.
Then like, 我的桌子 like 不一样了, like that's...
Actually, solid wood is still a live product. 生命的, you know?
Yeah.
So you use it, the aura, the energy is very different. Personally, if you ask me, okay, because I use solid wood top in my bedroom, obviously Every day I have breakfast there, I feel different. You feel like you can feel the energy from the wood slab.
Okay, two questions. One is maintenance. Like, is it like, okay, for me, right, practicality is utmost priority. So when, like, is it true that you cannot put very hot cups or very hot things then?
Okay, for maintenance of the wood slab, right? A lot of people will ask this question. I love wood slab, but I don't want to maintain it. You wouldn't want to maintain the wood slab every day, right?
Yeah.
Juggle it like a baby like that, you wouldn't want it, right? Our coating, we are using PU coating, so it's maintenance free. So you spill anything on top, you just wipe it off like any other table. It's water resistant.
Oh, cool. That's good news.
Yeah, because we're using durable coating. And also it's scratch resistant. If you use it like for dining purpose or normal laptop work, no problem. Unless you intentionally scratch it lah. That one, of course, it will be scratched. About the heat, if you talk about one hot bowl of noodle, soup, you can directly just place on top of the wood slab, no problem. But you do not place any metal pot that has the temperature of above 100 degrees on top of it. It's like you just cook your noodle, then the whole pot you place on top. Of course lah, cannot like that. You cannot put like that. You must place a coaster on the table, then you just...
So it's fine one lah.
Yeah, it's fine, no problem. You can have steamboat. My customer always ask me, I always love steamboat, in my family. Can steamboat can use the grill Can, no problem. Steamboat nowadays all induction. Still have the fire type of steamboat, man. Not that I know of lah.
I don't know.
We always use...
The last time I had steamboat was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, but you always use like electrical pot, right?
Okay.
It's induction lah.
So this is a person, right? Who...
Never
although I love real estate, right? Yes. I don't even cook... Today, right? I don't even know how to cook rice, one.
You pity your wife, man. Well, your wife do everything.
No, we go out and eat, man.
Oh, okay. I mean, if 2 person going out to eat is save more money.
Yeah. I agree. Then the next thing is what if like for Penthouse, because we just visited a Penthouse last week, and like those luxury one, right? Like you said, it's limited by the lift door, right?
Yeah.
It's also limited by the entrance door.
Exactly.
So the corridor, right? They want to bend in, how to bend in. So how? But I one a very amazing table. How?
I also faced this problem before with a customer. She stays in a penthouse. Yeah.
Huh? Really?
Penthouse? No, I didn't do that. The management will not let you crane up. Then she told me, I would love a 10-seater table. Hey, imagine the lift. Cannot squeeze in one there. This is the problem. The people stay in a condominium, right? Only the people buying the penthouse will face this issue. Because your area is bigger. Naturally, you need a bigger dining table, right? But you're sharing the same lift, right? So what we do is that we usually advise to cut the slab into 2. Then we join it using metal links. That is the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
so there will be a joint.
There will be a joint, but our workmanship is good. You can barely see the joint line. Of course, if you see it carefully, you will see the joint line, but it's nicely done.
But so still possible lah.
Still possible, but you have to accept that we have to cut the slab into 2. Because you cannot be squeezing the 10-footer slab into a leaf, right? Yeah. It can still be done. Yeah.
But the same happens to marble furniture also, right? They'll worse that one.
Yeah, marble how to
cut.
Cut. Yeah, lor. I also don't know how marble do it lah.
Use a water jet, I don't know, but thick one also don't know can or not.
Yeah lah. I don't know about marble, but for wood slab it can be done.
Cool. So okay, what's let's say what's a right budget that, let's say I have a new home, let's say to me I just put myself in the picture because my new house getting soon already. 4 person, so like when a guest goes to you, totally my greatest worry is like my interior design, right, is overwhelmed by the table. Because because the work is so good, like especially the one with the blue.
The blue epoxy color.
So like, wow, you look at the table. You want me to eat Maggie mee there, meh? Like, I think I will buy the table, right? I will sit away and just admire the table and eat like that.
Actually, we wanted to create an art piece. That's why we are called Art of Tree. We look at each table as an art piece, like what you said. You want to sit far away from the table and admire it, right?
Yeah.
We also want it to be functional as well. Because no matter how, ultimately it's still a dining table. But yet we want it to be an art piece and the center highlight of your house. So if you talk about the price range, what you are asking is the blue color epoxy. That is our premium. So the price range is depending on the size. Because like what I said, we can customize the size for you. But the price will be about between 10 to 15K, depending on the size.
Okay. Not. I always thought it's like the price.
Yeah, if it's round table, then it will be more pricey.
Oh, round is...
Yeah, if you talk about 4-seater, the range will be between 10 to 15. Also, it depends on the width that you want. What's the width of the table that you want? Certain people, they don't want their table to be too wide. Otherwise, they 不能夹菜, you cannot take the...
Oh, yeah.
So conveniently, right? So usually we will advise and try to understand the requirement of our customer first. Certain people, they tell me, I only want a 4-seater. But you look at their house layout, you can put up to 8-seater because ultimately for interior design, right, the proportion has to be right.
Yeah, yeah.
You cannot put a mini dining table in a big dining hall, right?
Yeah.
So I will usually advise them, okay, try to get at least a 6-seater, and try to fill in the rest of the space with cabinets or any other decor that you have. So because you have the provision for your parents to come, your family will expand. You have 1 kid now, you will have 2, 3 kids in future, right?
That's so scary.
Yeah. Then after that, when you have 2 kids, you will have a helper.
Yeah.
So you have to provision for your family expansion, guests and everything. So we will always ask them, try to get like slightly longer.
So that's a +2.
Yeah, the +2 at the very minimum. So the price range 10 to 15. But if you talk about normal wood slab can be very nice because certain people, they don't like too much epoxy. They want it to be as natural as possible.
Yeah.
So for 4-seater, about 4,000 plus, you can get one already. Yeah.
And it's pretty close to those. A lot of people keeps thinking that, okay, I have a new house, right? I want to save costs. I go to those kedai perabot cake or cake sing or whatsoever, right? Actually, those prices are not cheap one.
I have never been to those furniture shop before, but like what I mentioned, like everyone has their own budget. But if you buy from us, right, we are known for our brand. It's not only the product. Our brand is an established brand. So along the years, we only invest in improving our finishing. So we actually try out a lot of finishing, try to make it like durable so that, when people buy our product, they don't have to maintain at all.
Cool.
So we try
That's music to my ears.
Yeah, we try to improve our finishing all the time, our metallics. It's like we try to do that.
Okay, one last very selfish question, right? Your furniture got second-hand value?
Second-hand value, it means resale value, is it? I think all wood slab will have resale value depending on the size.
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, if you talk about solid one-piece wood slab above 10-footer, definitely it will have a resale value.
So it's true.
Yes, it's true.
No, because my friend tried to convince me to get one, right? And I'm like, who would want to get a used table? And then apparently I'm wrong.
But a used table, once you give it a new coating, set a little bit, then it looks brand new already. And we're talking about one piece above 10-footer. It's not hard, not easy to get, Yeah.
So it's a rarity that counts.
Yeah, it's the rarity, the type of wood and the size of the wood slab.
And all of this is one-on-one. That's the unique point of it.
Yep. Each piece is unique. No one will have the same table as you, even though it's from the same tree. The grain will look different. Even the shape will be slightly different as well. So this is a good thing about solid wood. Unless you want to use the same thing with others. If you want something special, just you who owns it, solid wood or marble is the way to go.
Yeah. I need to change friends or I need to change a table.
So you have to get your house key first.
Yeah. Anyway, so now let's branch a little bit more into properties, right? So that one is a bit more on home furnishing. But if you guys want to check out her work, you can go to her Instagram account. I'll put down the link down below, or you can just go to a show unit. No, the showroom. Show unit. Too much property. Yeah. So then when you do start a business together, when did the property investment journey start?
Right before we got married. We actually bought a property together, me and Jeffrey, who is my partner in business as well. We bought a property, joint name, together before we got married. So I don't know why our parents, my parents especially, asked me this question. Hey, you want to buy a house with a man that you just get to know him? We just met. We just met. 6 months down the road, we wanted to buy a property together. Then my parents asked me, hey, are you sure? You buy already means you have to marry him, I told my mother, I got such thing. I buy property with him means I have to marry him. Then my mother said, it's a big investment and the first property that we bought is a landed. Then my mother asked me, if you don't marry him, why you buy a landed for?
Yeah.
I mean, good question. It's a very, very valid question. No,
I'm more interested in your answer. I'm on your mother's side.
Yeah, my answer to my mom was, we bought it as an investment. not for married purpose. If we ever break up, we split into two lah. We sell the house, then the profit is split into two. So we already agreed to do that before we actually proceeded to buy the landed house. So we wanted the landed house is because all the while we thought, well, got land, can appreciate my value because it's investment. So at that time, we know nuts about property. We just want to buy a house lah. It's our first property. And because Jeffrey, most of the time, he works in Singapore. So when he came back to Malaysia, he wanted to know more about property as well. And he's very new to KL. During his college days, he briefly stayed in KL for about 1.5 years. But he never actually really go out and look at KL, Selangor area yet. So it's very new to him. So happened, one of my cousin moved to Bukit Jelutong. He started his family at Bukit Jelutong. Then when I first visited his house, I love that area. During 10 years ago, no more than 10 years, 15, 16 years ago, when they first built Bukit Jelutong, it was like,
it was the thing.
The thing, I'm like, wow, Bukit Jelutong. So we went in, we went and visit. So we went in my old Vira. We saw a house. Wow, nice, huh? So happened, in that area, no garden, not guarded. So you get to go in and ronda a bit lah. 3 of the corner lots were up for sale. And the design is different from other houses with natural stone as the exterior. Immediately we fell in love with it. And so happened, the agent that we contacted is my cousin's friend.
Oh, it's like all fate.
Right? All fate already. I was like, wow, fated lah. I must buy this house, So wait and see, we fell in love with the house. It was quite a big house, a corner lot. You got 3 to choose. So we chose the highest, because it's a bukit, right? We choose the highest one with the biggest land. And it's the cheapest among that 3 corner lot.
Per square feet or ultimate price?
Per square feet.
Okay.
It's the cheapest.
Okay.
Then we were wondering, you cheap also, you scared, right?
Yeah.
How come this house is the biggest, highest, but the cheapest?
Sure got something wrong.
Got ghosts or not, that kind of thing. You will start to ask our first property. Sure, you ask 1,001 question before you commit, right? Or the agent say, because the owner wanted to sell fast, because the owner was in steel, metal business. So during
need money.
During that time, it's financial crisis. So he really need money. He need to exit fast. Wow. If you were me, no money also must vomit out the money and buy, right?
I wouldn't agree to that, but
no,
but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, during that time, I was thinking, wow, such a good deal. Some of the agent is my cousin friend. Means you have to buy already, no need to think. Next day, we didn't even discuss with our family, And let's book it first. Book, pay the booking fee, everything.
3% and all.
3% and all lah. Your hand will tow, you're shaking, shining the check, 3% is a lot, for us during that time.
How much was it, if you don't mind?
The house, the landed was about 850,000. First house. I was only 26 that time. Jeffrey was 30. It was a very big commitment. Yeah, we actually going against what you share. In the budget, we start looking back when you hear a podcast. But during that time, we have zero knowledge. All we wanted is to have a landed in Bukit Jelutong because it was that thing during that time.
How much was the interest rate, if you still remember?
The interest rate was 3.2 plus BLR, if I'm mistaken.
So BLR is around 1.6.
1 point something. Yeah.
Right, it's around 4.85.
But the good thing is that it is my first property. I get to, take out the EPF, pay a little bit, subsidize the down payment a bit because it's a sub-sale. Sub-sale, you have to pay a lot. And also, during that time, I can stretch out my loan to 40 years.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, during that time. So, still, the monthly installment is okay. It's only the down payment that you have to really fork out, that down payment. So we really spend all our savings just to bet on this house. And we were only boyfriend, girlfriend that time. Yeah, don't learn.
Yes, don't learn.
Don't learn.
Okay, I think if you want that now, so I've kind of accepted because other people now don't want to get married.
Yeah, they want to stay together but don't want to get married.
They are together for 12 years already.
But stay together.
Stay together. So it's I don't want to say housemate, but I just said. So they are together, but they don't get married, but they still want to buy a house together. So a way to go around it is to have a written
like agreement.
Because right, like okay, I want to buy off your share. Let's say you want to sell, I don't want to sell. How we split really, right? The trouble is at what price?
Yeah.
At the price we buy or at the current price? So current price is also there's a range one ma. Look at property guru is 1.5 leh.
So how to determine?
Oh, the bank say 1 million and who's one? So we need to determine, write it all out. And at that time, right, it's no right, no wrong already one. The fact that you guys can still communicate like gentlemen are very hard already one. Usually it's my lawyer speak to your lawyer lah.
So nasty man.
God, then so I have the amount of emails I get, right? I don't want to pay for my share, Sean. Please tell me what can I do. You pay your share lah. You make money that time you don't want to share, and then lose money that time, right? Then don't want to pay. But like,
and they were lovers before.
Yes. And not even lovers, like husband and wife, they buy together already, they become housemate already.
Oh, like that.
They still stay in the same house.
Okay.
Meaning,
and okay.
I don't judge lah. I don't judge.
Okay.
So to me, it's like, okay, what kind of property would I invest then to cater to these people? So that's my...
Should be dual key lor?
I have no idea. Dual key by equal side one. So, okay, after that, now are you guys still hold a property?
Yeah, we're staying in that property now.
Oh,
so eventually we got married lah.
Obviously.
But during that time, we already talked to each other. If the relationship doesn't work out, we will just hold it, sell, we will split the money lah.
But yeah, so again, it's when you're happy, you speak terms, and when you're angry, you speak terms different, man.
Yeah, I know. But the lucky thing is that we got married, and then it's our married home, like what my mother say.
Like, any idea what's the price like?
Now, right now it's about 600 ringgit per square feet.
So it's like 3,000 square, 2,000.
5,000. The land area is 5,000.
Oh, build up is
3,500.
3,500. Yeah, corner lot.
Yeah, corner lot. So right now it's about 2 million plus.
10 years.
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, we hold it for 15 years. But also we spent a lot on renovation because we spent 2 years in renovating the house slowly, gradually, because of money and of course because of expectation also. We changed the flooring and the wall all to marble because we love natural product. No money also want marble, you see. Don't learn also.
So dangerous when you have two passion driven.
Yes. Because when we got married, because Jeffrey proposed 9 months after we dated. It's very fast. I didn't expect to get married that fast also. Then I told him, don't have kids for the first 2 years. I want to know you more first, you know. So we actually start to renovate the house slowly because we're not in a hurry to move in. I was staying at my mom's place at Kelana Jaya. So we just stayed there until our house slowly renovate halfway. Then we move in. Because we only need a room, right? So
the room first.
We renovated upstairs first. Upstairs, we don't change the flooring. So you only need all the cabinets and everything, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't even have a bed, you know. We just survive on tilam, you know.
You say that very pity, and then you have a corner lot house.
Yeah, but the thing is that you have to...
It's not because...
count the money. Yeah, you have to count the money. It's like every month you pay the installment plus renovation, and I was working in oil and gas. I'm not a boss yet during that time, you know.
Okay. So
salary worker, you know.
That's why, why I don't agree people to buy landed, right? Because this is like stuck money.
Yes.
Right? You don't have cash. So this is where a lot of people don't understand cash flow. Right? I got old timers, I got money, I buy lo.
Yeah.
Put there lo. Then every month I just pay the bank. So you renovate 2 years, right? The renovation, let's say 300,000-400,000, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
During 15 years back, 300,000, the value is different from now, you know.
I know. I was from the era too. So, then what happened is with that 400,000, a lot of people think, oh, my renovation 400,000. No. The number of months you take, right? 18 months, 24 months, right? Then the installment to that.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to calculate the installment, fine. You calculate the rental to that. Wow. You can buy next door already, right?
Exactly.
Oh. So this is when like, okay, if you have money, fine, go or enjoy life, right? How I wish I can. But if there's a better or smarter way of using money, like in let's say 10 years ago, you bought maybe 1 or 2 condos, 0 money down, right? Or maybe even 10% or sub-sale, then you still make a lot of money. Huh? But the trick is then, you guys did your feel, you guys love the place. Then now 800,000 now becomes around 2 million, right?
Yes.
Technically, did you make money, right? If you really look into the calculation, not really one.
True.
But it's just that when you look like, it's like forced saving, then you make money. But if you really calculate, right, if your property or if your landed property did not merely double in 30 years' time, you are losing money because you pay almost double for interest. But so now you kind of cover costs already, but you still got a long way to go lah.
So you still have to hold it, keep it for now. That's why we are still staying in the current property, because we stay with our parents. So we really need space.
Yeah, and that's the next phase, right? So after, like, for all those listening, you have the first 3 sorted out already. Then, okay, that's why I tell people, like, I think another 7 years there, only I will deserve a dream home that I would actually...
Like my current house, not my dream home yet, you know?
I agree. I would assume also. So, like, like before, like, okay, you stay a landed, then you see so many high-rise already. You see so many location already. You see then by 40, your lifestyle kind of slows down a little bit because more consistency, more certainty. That's when you know really what you want. Then only buy the right one.
True.
If not, you buta when you're in love, right? Every home is a dream home, right?
Yeah. No, during that time, you want to build a dream home, build him.
So all those, right, very emotional driven one. This is a very perfect example, ideal situation. There are way other cases where it turns south, lah, right?
Yeah.
So actually, very happy for you all. And how does the property investment component of the business start?
After we bought the first house, about 10 years, we didn't buy any other property because we spent our money in growing the business. So we buy wood slab instead of property. So we spent almost all our savings into the business. So at the time, you wouldn't have you don't even dare to think about buying a second property because you're still struggling with your first property.
Yeah. And
you have a newborn because you already have your first kid during that time. So there are a lot of commitments. And I was still a salary worker. I haven't go
crazy.
I haven't go start the business yet because it was Jeffrey who started the business. I was merely supporting him. So when you get your bonus, oil and gas, you get a bonus, right? I invested in the business.
Oh.
So that's how the business grew. So all the money that you make from the business, you invest back into the business. And we were running 2 businesses in our first 2 years. Yeah, so you're juggling between 2 businesses, and Jeffrey was working alone, and I was helping during the weekends.
Alone or no others? No.
Got 1 worker lah. Only 1 worker. You don't even dare to hire a second worker. So everything you have to qing wei. You have to do it yourself,
Yep.
Yeah, you will see him like 3 o'clock at midnight, go and get fish and everything. And fish is a livestock.
Yeah, lor.
Chinese New Year, no electricity. You have to rush back to run the generator. It's very stressful lah. So when we had our son, our first boy, so Jerry was thinking it's too laborious to run 2 businesses at the same time. That's why he have decided to sell the fish business away. Then we focus on the wood business only. So I was the salesperson, I was the admin, HR, finance, everything, accounts and everything.
1 leg kick.
Yes, 1 leg kick. And Jeffrey was the factory guy lah.
Sounds so bad, but we're actually owner.
Yeah, because I believe for us during that time, early 30s, you still have the energy to do it. Yeah, so we have to learn from scratch because we are not from this furniture background. So we have to learn everything from scratch, try and error, a lot of money spent in trying different products, learn different techniques and everything. Then we started to hire a few foreign workers lah. Then I hire 1 showroom lady just to help me out. And I was still nursing my baby during that time. So it was crazy. If you ask me where I get the energy from, I really do not know. If you ask me to do it again now, I don't think I have the energy.
It was in the moment kind of thing lah.
It's like do or die nothing during that time. Bo pian, you have no choice. It's either you persevere and then...
Till when you quit?
I quitted in year 2016. About...
How many years? 3 years in the
after the business started. About 3 years. Because Jeffrey was telling me, the baby is a toddler now. Probably the baby needs more attention. And then he see how I work also. I was very hardcore. I work non-stop. Like I sleep like 3-4 hours a day and you have to nurse in between midnight and early morning you have to go to work. And my office in KLCC, I have to travel from Bukit Jelutong to KLCC every day in my old era, to and fro. Every day for 5 days.
I would rent a place closer to KLCC, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, at the time, you know nothing, right? Correct or not?
Yeah.
So, but the good thing, I think the right decision that I made was I didn't buy a car.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. I was still using the car that my dad gave me. Proton maintenance is pretty low.
Yeah.
Tires is still...
Parts everywhere.
Yeah, parts everywhere, easily to get and cheap. So I didn't buy any car. So that was the best decision that I've ever made. I only got my first car when, 2017, Sean. After 1 year after I quitted my job.
Okay, because
2017.
I got my first car 2 years ago only.
Oh, okay.
So we are the same.
We are the same.
We are the same
Yeah,
species. Because you got me car that I asked for my mom lah. So I got one new car.
Because I was very stingy. I was thinking, why spend so much on cars? And the money can be spent elsewhere for the kids or for the house, for the business. So car is my least priority during that time. It's just a necessity, but I can just make do with any car that I have lah.
Then, when was the first investment?
Property investment. The first property investment right after we bought our first house, right? I tell you, malu actually.
Why? We are very open channel.
2 years back only.
Oh.
Because we spend so much time on business.
Recently, Anil?
Very recent. And it all started during MCO. During a lot of business people, right? During MCO, it's all about survival game, right? Yeah, first year is about survival game lah. Then second year...
You kind of figure it out already.
I was looking... Actually, I stumbled across a property guru. Then everyone talk about the moratorium thing, right?
Yeah.
Then I was looking, trying to find out info. What is this moratorium? Oh, apparently you don't have to pay your house installment 6 months. You can actually apply from the bank, right? Then I was thinking, then the spare cash go to where? Because you already allocated some spare cash to pay for the house installment anyway. So 6 months I have to pay means your cash
free up a lot.
Yeah, free up a lot. You want to keep it in the bank? Or you want to spend it elsewhere? That's how I started to think maybe we should try to look at the time. Look only, don't even think to buy, Look into getting a second property. Then I stumbled across a property guru in Facebook. During that time, his face everywhere. Every day come into my Facebook.
But not only the property guru, I think whatever guru all came out on MCO.
No, yeah, but for me, maybe I accidentally click one.
Yeah.
Then every day I see.
So the algorithm works.
Algorithm works. So every day I see his face. Few times like that, I started to sign up for a course lah. So at that time, it's an online course. It costs about 60 bucks to attend an online course. I was thinking, 60 ringgit.
I'll give you lah.
Give you lah. Hear what you say, what you gotta say. That was how it got started lor. I attended the course. Then I told Jeffrey, online ma, you can listen along, I pay. You listen together lah. Then we listen together lor. So that was the start. We listen, we're like, all makes sense. Macam what he say makes sense, Then during the end of the course, you want to know more? You pay this amount. And for the first 20% you pay fast, you get this 50% off. That kind of thing lah. So we very kanchiong. Both of us pay together lor.
Oh, a very, very fresh amateur. Yeah.
Because you stay at home, you don't have to go office.
Yeah.
I was thinking, let's spend some time to learn more about property. When we are not young anymore, I think it's time to invest lah.
Yep.
So that's how it got started. Then we attended the course. We pay 5 figure just to 5 figure times 2, to attend the courses, go on one-on-one session, check our profile and everything. Then we got our second house. No. We got our second house before. Yeah, after we attended the course, we got our second house about 2-3 months after we attended the course.
Oh.
We got the house, it's in Penang, but not in KL.
Oh, not from the guru lah.
Not from the guru.
Oh.
We bought it again like the first property. We fell in love with the property again, never learned the lesson lah. You know?
But you didn't know it was wrong, ma.
Yeah, we didn't know it was wrong. But now we know.
Yeah.
But now also,
but it's not wrong lah.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. It's just the not as strategic because it's based
Correct.
on what you want. Because like it's wrong only if it's based on usage of money.
Our weakness is that when we love something, we have to get it.
Oh, yo, scary leh, this one.
Both me and my husband. We went, actually, it's very crazy. It was school holiday. Then all the hotels were fully booked. So I ended up have to book Airbnb. Through Airbnb, we got an apartment.
Yeah.
And we got this apartment, which is just walking distance to Batu Ferringhi Beach. Then we booked. Stay there. First night, I fell in love with the apartment. Second day, arranged property agent to view. Very fast, right?
The unit you stay?
The unit I stay. I love that place already. Then, on the same night, I started to research any other units up for sale. What's the price range like? Then, the next morning, I called an agent, arranged viewing the second day itself during holiday. And Jeffrey didn't even look at the unit, I went there alone to talk to the agent, which is next to the unit that I stay. Next block only.
And you bought straight?
Didn't buy straight. Of course, I discussed with Jeffrey first.
Okay.
Then I told Jeffrey, I brought Jeffrey to the balcony. And you see that unit is the one that I look at. You say, hey, nice leh. Okay, go for it. Then at the time, I was thinking, don't want to buy too fast. I want to see more. But my holiday is only like 3 days, 2 nights. So we make a second trip there. Then I found another better one because it's fully furnished. Just next to the unit that I see.
And that was a right move to just delay a little.
Delay a little bit because I'm the type of kanchiong person, I see something very kanchiong already. That I must get. But I try to be very rational. Jeffrey also say, if you like it, just get it. I think it's nice. I like it too.
Wow.
I already get the green light from him already. Actually, can get any time one.
Husband.
Yeah, I actually can buy straight. I was thinking, okay lah. Maybe I should spend another 1 day just to research. Then I found the second unit, which is the current unit that we bought, fully furnished, same layout, same size, just next to the unit that I saw. But 1 floor down only, which is better because it's actually nicer. So we bought that.
So you also shared just now that it's now run as an Airbnb short-term stay.
Yep. So when I bought that unit, right, a lot of people told me why you buy in I buy in Penang, you stay in KL, how to maintain, who jaga the house for you? But I didn't think too much. I just like the place. So I was thinking, okay lah, buy it. Maybe I can rent it out myself. If got people rent, then it's additional.
Wise.
It is additional money that I can cover for the installment lah. If no one rent it at all, I just have to pay
more often.
come here more often, or let my parents come here more often to just use it as a holiday home lah. Because when we have decided to buy it, we have actually checked our cash flow and we can manage the installment because you have to plan based on the worst case, right?
Yep.
So we can afford the installment, so we just get it lah. So end up we use it as an Airbnb, fully booked up almost every month. December fully rented out 100% every day.
What's the room rate right now there?
Daily rate 900.
Wow.
Yeah.
900.
900. Yeah.
But a lot of people calculate I got 3 rooms.
No, 2 rooms only.
2 rooms only. Okay, so it's like 2 rooms. Then I can share 2 family, divide by 10 people. Wow.
There's a limit how many people can stay in. The occupancy rate is 6 adults only. What?
Otherwise, you haven't met people like me.
No, more than that, the guard will not allow you to go in. Yeah.
But there's a way around it.
Yeah lah. True lah.
But okay, 900. Wow.
900 is the daily rate. Sometimes in booking.com, depend what genius level or what, then give you some discount lah. But in average, the rate that I got was about 600 average after deducting all the commissions.
So booking.com gets a cut one.
Booking.com gets a cut because you're using their platform and they're collecting payment on your behalf. So they will deduct their commission and everything lah. Then they pay you the net amount.
And you learn all this by yourself?
I learned all this by myself.
Cool.
I go and set up our own booking.com. But I got it done in a day. Then I signed up Agoda, then Airbnb, like everything.
But now the most performing one is
Booking.com. Booking.com is the most performing one.
That's my first platform also. When I go to Penang also, I go there a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't use short-term stays. I prefer hotels.
Yeah. I mean, depending if family's hotel might be too expensive.
Yeah. So.
And the apartment that we bought, right, is the only apartment that is so close to the beach. Yes, walking distance, like 2 minutes walk. Yeah. So that is a selling point.
I kind of had a joke before last time in Penang. Like in KL, we all look at LRT. Walking distance to LRT, walking distance to the mall, right? Penang is walking distance to
the beach.
Walking distance to this stall.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very different dynamic. But what a cool experience. And it's pretty rare for a woman, actually, I must say. Because this channel is heavily dominated by men. Because as a property, as a furniture manufacturer, as a more money-focused league, right? So do you sometimes feels misunderstood or whatsoever? Because I'm trying to get a lot more women to kind of embrace investment knowledge.
In the business, of course, furniture industry is a male-dominant industry. So a lot of people thought it's a hands-me-down business. Because a lot of time, the front end of the business is me, not Jeffrey. Jeffrey is the back end of the business. So a lot of people thought, hey, you're not the 老板, right? You're the 老板娘, which is the boss wife. There's a difference, Yep. You're a boss and the boss wife. Then I say, no, I'm one of the boss too. Then they'll be shocked lah. Your father hand you the business ah. I say, no, we set up the business ourselves. You go and read more about us. I got a lot of podcasts. I got a lot of, articles. You go and read lah how we started the business lah.
How do you feel when those kind of questions happen?
During the first year, I feel a bit disturbed lah. It's like why people still think women should stay home and be a housewife or a salary worker. I mean, why can't a woman work in furniture industry and spear a furniture company? So this kind of thinking is those old generation. But today I think most of the phases that I see, right, for a lot of business is women actually. It's starting more I start to see more and more women started their own business.
But for me, it's a whole different route. I learned all my money, financial literacy all from women. My mom, my aunt, my grandmother, even my teacher, all teach me everything money related. All I learned from women. All the spending, all I learned from men.
Not overspend what you need to spend on, right?
Watch
maximize your spending on what?
Slab lah, the car lah, Sean, the car can make money lah, come join us lah. Oh, all this then.
Yeah,
not good. But so that's why I never understood that until when I came out, right? Oh, it's a male-dominated one, but my aunt bought so many properties. So now, I realized also whenever I put up stories, right, you and Jeffrey also, hey, this is the house that we went. You guys visit a lot of properties.
Visited a lot of properties because Jeffrey really loved looking at properties. We look around so you can compare the pros and cons, the location, because we always believe that what you see in photo is not always true, or it doesn't look
it's curated.
Like this. Yeah, it's curated or maybe Photoshop. So we always like to recce the area lah. At least you drive there and see location, what's around the neighborhood and everything. So we only take off once a week. So during our off day, right?
You see where you see properties?
We see properties. Yeah, we will meet with property agents. We even look at auction units and everything.
Thank you for making me feel not weird. I thought I was the only one who does that. Cool. And I guess that's all. So any advice, right? Like if you were to have a 28, 27 woman trying to start a business or investment, right? What would be your advice?
I think first, if you're a woman and you wanted to start a business, first thing you need to get your partner's support first. That is very important. Then before you start a business, you have to research into the business before you actually put in your money to start that business. Because all this is, women hard-earned money, right? You wouldn't want to spend it on a business that will not bring you return. And you have to calculate the ROI. So we need to know our numbers well.
Which is often ignored lah. All the people, oh, I love it, I do it.
And just to share with you, right after MCO, I wanted to buy a hotel in Penang.
You're insane.
I look at the hotel, what business to take over during that time. I was actively looking for business to take over. I see it as an opportunity during MCO. So I was telling Jeffrey, I want to buy a hotel. He got a shock. What? You want to buy a hotel?
No wonder he settled for a unit.
It was shocking to him, you know.
Yeah.
Why do you want to get a hotel? I said, I just like hotel management. I just have interest.
Very brutal one eh.
Yeah.
My brother is in hotel management. Very brutal one eh.
Yeah, I know. But at that time, I do not know why. I just told Jeffrey I want to look at this hotel in Penang. So the next week we went and meet with the owner.
Okay, roughly how much a hotel costs?
It's not a 5-star hotel, but it's the heritage building in Georgetown. Yeah, very, very complicated lah, that one. About $1 million just to take over, but no asset, nothing. Just take over the business.
The building belongs to someone else. You still rent, you need to pay rent.
You just need to, but heritage building rental is not very high.
The maintenance
is very high.
Wow. And now the tricky part now is all the artisans that's supposed to repair one.
They retired.
Like, okay, retire is a nice word lah. A lot not around.
Not around.
So like you need to find the clay pieces, need to find the...
Yeah, it's challenging. So during that time, we offer a price, you know. I'm just glad that they didn't take up the price. If I were to look back, it's not wise to take over the hotel business. Buying the current unit and rent it out as Airbnb actually makes more money. I'm just glad that I made a sound decision. Yeah. I tell you, I'm very gila one. Sometimes my brain works all the time.
Your story, yours didn't work out, right? I have a friend who, MCO, he went to Jungle Street.
And then?
Bought shop lots.
Wow.
At 40% the price.
Okay,
which is like crazy lah.
Ah, yes.
Then now he's like laughing.
Laughing, right?
But he got jio me lah. Hey, so you get one lah. We become shop lot neighbor like.
Yeah lah.
I got not
there already.
I got not enough kidneys. You know, I'm just a YouTuber, right? Yeah. So so I think from the story that you shared, right? Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's a very different approach to what we usually preach. And it's not necessarily wrong. Because ultimately, right, it depends on what's your ambition, what's your the sacrifice you're willing to put in. You're so willing to work way harder than others, right? Then I think the monthly installment is no problem, right? But a lot of people, their income is dead, right? Which is the stale. Then they don't want to work harder they want to have the lifestyle whatsoever. Then you gotta make your money work harder for you if you want to put in the time, right?
Of course, there'll be sacrifices you have to make.
And that is the story that I think a lot of people don't see. Like in your Instagram, everything looks so nice. You're always so presentable. Then you look in, everything is so beautiful. But behind is all the hard sweat, tears, blood.
Yeah, I was working like Monday to Sunday to nurse my baby at the office. Basically, my kids like grow up in the office.
And this is what I hope people can see beyond the facade, because on like social media, everyone like to front, everybody like to flex, right? Actually, it's way beyond that.
Yeah, but for women, I think we tend to make more sacrifices because we have to take care of the business and we have to take care of the family. But nothing is impossible. Yeah. I believe you just have to work hard now. You will get the return. I
guess that's all, right? I think. Thank you so much.
Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. My honor. I'll put her Instagram, out of free Instagram, not her Instagram. Then you want me to put your booking.com, but it's full already, never mind, right?
I mean, up to you. You want to book, you can come because our unit all furnished with solid wood. Selling point.
Okay, just put the link. I'll put her link down below. Then you guys can go Penang, go check out her unit. And I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you guys on the next one. Ciao.